Hey, what's up, friends? In front of us, we have a transforming Leonardo, and this is from the HeatBoys company, specifically part of their Mecha Trans series. I think it would have been more appropriate had it been Donatello who turned into the van, but whatever, it is what it is. I think it's a really cool piece of art. It's a fun puzzle, but the execution I think is a bit flawed. Some of the areas just way too tight. There's not enough space, so I can see that there's like paint scrapage. Order of operations in terms of transformation is a little bit too specific. Sometimes it just kind of leaves you hanging and you're trying to figure out breadcrumbs to get back to where you were. And overall, just I don't know, man. For me, it wasn't a fun ride. It really wasn't worth the squeeze. I do like the bot mode though, the humanoid form. I think it's really well done. It's cool. The aesthetic is nice. It's very imposing. I love the accessories and all of that. But yeah, transformation just wasn't fun, and it's not for me. But maybe it is for you. Watch the video and see for yourself. Okay. Have a nice day. So right out of the package, there are actually 3 trays, and we're going to go over all of that in a sec. But look, he comes with this thing. It's like an owner's manual, dude. But inside is actually, these are just the instructions. But look how it's packaged. It's like I bought a Mercedes or something. It's crazy, dude. It's nice, though. It's super duper nice. What isn't nice, though, however, so first of all, the instructions are, they're great in terms of it being color and stuff. The paper is a little bit thin, but what really hurts it is that, in my opinion, I don't know if it's just because my eyes are just old and I'm like, well, I'm just old. Like, these are very, very, very small and minuscule, and it's kind of like hard to see actually. And so I had a lot of difficulty transforming this guy. I've done it a couple of times, and after I've done it the first couple of times, like, it was enjoyable, but man, that first run was real difficult though. But man, look at that, dude. Really, really beautiful like line art though. And then we got the G1 turtles and stuff. And this is what they were envisioning. And I think they executed upon it really, really well. And it comes with a couple of like, I think he comes with a car bay or something like that. And he has katanas, shurikens, some type of gun daggers, and he has tiny katanas for that tiny turtle who can drive him actually. And oh wow, I guess these are all the other bits to make the bay. I don't know if I'm gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna construct that. I really don't. Oh, what's that? Oh, screw covers need to be installed. I didn't see those. Oh, and then on the head, it looks like he has like a light up gimmick. I actually did not know that. That's pretty neat. They show you how to remove his head. And there go the instructions over here. But yeah, man, turtles are all the rage, dude. I mean, we have a party wall up right now, and there's a bunch of other licensing deals that I've seen turtles take part in. And so, yeah, everybody's kind of doing their thing. But here, speaking of the turtle himself, oh, dude, bruh, he got some heft on him, homie. He got some heft on him. And dude, we'll remove that, and he has this nice little like sponge blanket on him, like a little snuggie and stuff. And so we'll lift that up and we'll get to take a look at the bot. And that thing that they were talking about, screw coverings, I wonder if somebody installed it or like the manufacturer did, because I don't know, man. I didn't find another baggie that has screw heads on them. But give me 1 second. Let me adjust the camera. All right, so there he is right there. And dude, he's incredible. Like, do you see all the details on him? I mean, wow. It's like the mecha details are not like overdone, you know? Give me 1 second, man. I'm really gonna have to adjust this camera angle. My bad. All right, there he goes. Sorry, I had to adjust the camera angle. He looks great. I mean, they've done such a good job of making him like this mecha turtle, but at the same time, he still looks very, very organic. And I think it's done very like tastefully, you know? I mean, just look at this thing, right? The back, I would say, is probably the busiest. Yes, it's a turtle shell, but like the majority of the transformer is kind of hidden inside over here. And so, yeah, by virtue of that, yeah, it's going to look kind of busy. But as a shell on a turtle, that's not too hateful. I've seen much worse. Oh, and this thing just popped out. Nice. He does have rubber tires. I will say sorry, these have a very specific way of tabbing in. There are slots on the wheel well that only allow this to tab in a very specific way. And there we go. I was going to say, this knee is kind of loose. right? You see that? There's no ratchet on there. And because it's so back heavy, when I'm making him stand, I can see that he wants to kind of lean back. And so that's not great. But if you do fix the stance so there's like a slight invert on the knee, it's better. But just know that like these ratchets are incredibly tight. Like there's a ratchet up here. This is really tight. The swivel's not that tight, but the one on the shoulder and the one on the hip, especially this one, real. So just be mindful of it. And they've tried to give him articulation as best as possible in terms of, like I told you, this is, it's in there. It works great. And I'm glad it holds the turtle up, but, it's really tough. He has a swivel up top over here, and this is just on friction. If you mess with it over time, maybe it might get loose, but for the time being, it's really tight. This one, I'm quite disappointed in that how loose it's gotten. It wasn't like that out of the package, but after a couple of transformations, yeah, I don't know. It suffered a little bit there, and that's unfortunate because he's bearing a lot of weight on the back. They should have made them ratchets, even if it's a soft ratchet. The legs, the more you stare at them, you're going to find that they're like very hollow, right? Feet, calves, and all of that. But at the same time, if you look at them from the front, it's kind of hard to tell. And it looks pretty good, especially with the shin coverings over there. Yeah, fingers are done well too, and they're like it's the 3 fingers that we're used to from the turtles, you know. They have nice little knuckle joints and things like that, and yeah. Head is on a swivel. I don't think there's a ball inside. There's just like, but there's a deeper bend over here, and this is on there's a metallic wire in there, but I'm not really going to mess with that too much. If you pop open the chest, you can actually see the turtle driving in there. There's like a little cockpit where he can like hang out, but we can see that later when we pop this open because we're going to do it during the transformation anyway. But yeah, going forward, like this one, no ratchet on here, but just outward, they just put a really tight ratchet on there. Yeah, same thing for this, the outward one. Going forward and backward doesn't really have it, but the outward one is where the ratchet exists. And while they do have, to a degree, somewhat universals, I mean, you're just gonna run up against this like kibble and stuff like that, and so it is what it is. He does have these extra shoulder bits, but they're really more for the transformation aspect. But when you do that, it can like lift up and stuff. So, I mean, that's all fine. Where else? What else can I show you with regard to like articulation and stuff? And then he has like a little bend, a little swivel thing down over here, but a lot of it is due to transformation, but doesn't mean that we can't take advantage of it. I do wish this would stay put. He's gotten a lot looser. Like all these panels also kind of like flapping out and flopping out. He's gotten a lot looser since I originally messed with him, and that doesn't bode well for long-term collecting and messing with it. But see, these knees, these are really not good. Yeah, see, I'm wondering if I did something wrong, if there's like a locking mechanism or something like that, but that's really unfortunate, and it detracts from a very good toy. But I mean, he does come with the stand and all of that stuff, and so I think it's going to be helpful, but that's not great. And I feel like it's getting worse as we're actually doing this review while I'm going through it, and yeah, that's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. But anyway, let's take a look at the other components of what's inside the box, okay? Okay, in trays 2 and 3, there's a bunch of these bits, and this is going to be used to create the kind of like a garage, I guess, you know? And it's kind of like a bay where the small turtle can assess the large turtle. Like, you know, when you're watching Evangelion, they got those like scaffolding and stuff like that where people are walking and stuff, like catwalks and stuff. It's like a huge parking lot bay structure that you can make, but one, I'm not going to make it because I am, first of all, lazy. More important than lazy, though, I actually don't have space. And if I were to construct it, it would look like that thing right over there. And I know how big this thing is, so this thing would be enormous. It is pretty cool, though, and I'm sorry that I haven't constructed it here. Maybe I will, like in a different recording location, and perhaps I can take some pics. But yeah, when you're done, it'll look like that. Actually, you know what? Let me show you one other thing. Up top, when you're done, like this is where he can interact with it. Like if you build it, you can create that kind of like scaffolding balcony kind of area where the small turtle, he's having his Evangelion moment, you know, where like Shinji's looking at Unit 01 or 01? Yeah, I think so. And you can see Leo writing in there and stuff. But yeah, this is what it'll look like when you're done. But I'm not going to put it together, so forgive me for that, okay? All right, back to looking at more turtle bits. Over here. Oh, I was like, oh my God, I broke his arm. But here we have Leonardo. Hey. He's so cute. And you can see the muscle ligatures in his forearms, dude. He's super buff, dude. Oh my God. Yes. Yes, he could hold the katana. And it even looks like there's storage, like in the back. Yay! So good. So good, dude. And yeah, he can pilot he can pilot the mecha in bot mode once you pry open the chest, and he can actually drive it in alt mode as well. So that's pretty neat. This is the first time I'm messing with him out of package. And he's pretty precious. He's pretty precious. Big boy over there in the background, he also has his sets of katanas, which look really, really nice, especially the handle, done very well. And he can equip it, hold it in his hand, and it can also slot in to the shell. In terms of the shell, where it slots in, it goes through this tire. So first one goes through there, and then the second one will slide underneath. Well, it's having a little bit of friction issues. They should be the same size, though. Well, anyway, it's having some friction issues, and I don't feel like having the sword scrape up on the side of this thing. But, yeah, man, it won't go in there, actually. I mean, it will, but I don't want the paint to scrape. But I've seen the pictures where it does go inside. So one more time. There shouldn't be so much friction on there. See, this one we're good. But the second one, yeah, I don't feel good about that. There's just, yeah, you see, way too much friction. Not good. Not good. That's too bad, man. Somebody should have, and perhaps it fit properly when there was no paint. Oh, this sword fits a little bit better. I imagine they're the same lengths, so I'm not sure why. But sure, let's say it does that. Good enough. Good enough. Now we can pull that out. Yeah, the paint probably, they probably did the fitting without the paint on it, and so that's unfortunate. In terms of his hands, he just has this gaping hole over there, or like a slot rather, and then you can fit that in however you see fit. Yeah, but it's a very, very nice, tight, secure fit. And if it was lower, which you can push it down, I would imagine this little groove could potentially sit between the fingers as well. Well, whatever, dude. I'll figure that out later. So he has the katana on one hand, and then he has these dagger blasters. That's kind of nuts, dude. It looks like something out of Final Fantasy or something like that. And yeah, same thing. You can just equip it, slot it into that area. This one fits a lot looser than the katana, but then you can have him hold it, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. And last but not least, he comes with these shurikens. I don't know if they go on the side. Oh, okay, maybe they do, because I don't really see any way for him to equip it in his hands. But sure, you can have the shurikens on the side of that blaster, and that looks pretty neat. That looks pretty neat. Well, cool. Well, cool. Now, the moment that you've all been waiting for, and the moment that I have been dreading the most. Let's turn him into the turtle van mode. No! All right, let's do it. I'll be right back. All right, we're going to do our best to get through this. I've gone through it a couple of times, and they've never been fun. There's a couple of areas that they've abbreviated, but I was able to figure it out after watching some videos and things like that. But one, you got to remove this. They don't mention it, but you do have to remove this. Two, you also have to remove this bit as well. And these are going to be the only areas that parts form. And so, yeah. And so this is actually going to become kind of like the radar dish. And this becomes the front of the car. Yeah. So, okay. All right, now we're done. No, we're done. We got to bend these down. I mean, it's actually, I wouldn't say it's intuitive, but there's just some stuff. And even now, because it's been about a month and change, like I'm actually forgetting like what one is supposed to do. But like I recall, like this bit has to, I'm looking at the instructions right now too, and I think they're like, hey, move these bits out to the side. Oh, there we go. That's what, see, I'm so scared of applying too much force, but yeah. Whoo, we got that open. And you can see, so there's going to be a lot of stuff that's hidden inside this area. So it's, I mean, the shell kind of hides it, but it's really kind of like the torso. But this whole area over here is where a lot of bits are being hidden. But yeah, so we've removed this, and then it says, pull this out horizontally. That's what it says. That's all it says. It doesn't really elaborate, and the images are kind of hard to see. But I think they're talking about this. And if they're not, we're going to find out. But yeah, so we start moving this stuff out. I do wish the instructions had been done better, because I don't think it's an overly complicated or impossible transformation. I just think it's not clear. That's all. And so we've done that for the time being, and I think the legs need to be closed. Okay, so we've kind of stretched that out. It might be incorrect, but we'll figure that out in post later on. And now that's out, it says same as the other side. Honestly, this is just not helpful. It really, really isn't. Okay, and so from this part, I got to get like these belly bits out of the way, this whole thing. And I think, I do think I need a spudger for that. I had one here. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, definitely need a spudger for that. But what we've done is we've basically moved that out of the way. The same thing for this as well. And then this bit. Okay. So cool. And this little cavity, this space over here is actually where the turtle, where Leonardo sits, or not Leonardo, yeah, Leonardo sits. But anyway, okay, so we've done that. Dude, the instructions are so like not helpful. They just say stuff like same as the other side. And I'm just like, bruh. But I know this mechanism pops out. And this mechanism pops out. I mean, essentially, you just got to get all the guts out of here, right? And then you just need to orient it right. And then, and there's a lot of pieces that tab in as guide rails. Like this bit, you see those areas that I'm touching with my thumb and that area right there? Those will sit in these little like empty slots. And so they're like, hey, undo that. And so now that has come undone. And then it says pull out horizontally. And so they're referring to this. Okay. And then once we're there, it says flip this 180 degrees. This is probably like the only thing that's clear. But that's where we're at. So far so good, right? No. Now it says untab this from here. These are really hard tabs, by the way. Oh, okay. And then same for this side. Okay, maybe it's not that one I was thinking of, but yeah. Okay, so now we've undid that, and you can kind of see what's happening now, right? He's like reverse shelling himself, because this is going to be the outside, this is going to be the outside, and this is going to be the inside. And so, yeah, we've opened that up. We've untabbed that. Dude, this is what the instructions are just telling me. And I'm like, okay. It's so hard to see. Seriously, it's so hard to see. I think they're talking about that. And so now you can see it start coming together, right? Kind of. Yes? No? But okay. Now we have this all open. And now they want us to work on like the hand or the arm. And just get that stuff out of the way. The arm has to bend in a very specific way because these are going to hang on the undercarriage of the car when you're done. But orienting that right is a challenge unto its own. Give me 1 second. All right, I think I got it, but man, I was gone for hell long. Okay. So let's see. You have to bring this back. That bends down. And then, excuse me. Like you have to, this also spins. You need to kind of bring it like that. I know that's not a great way of describing it. I'm like, hey, you just got to do it like that. And then these will tab into one another. And then the fists will bend down. And I think I've gotten it right. I could be wrong, and I may need to clean stuff up because it's very, very space specific in terms of like how much space you need. But that's it for now. I know. It doesn't look like it's done, but for now, that's what it's going to look like. And now we can move on to these side panel thingies, I believe. So turtles, this bends up. This remains like this. And yeah, I think this is just like that. Okay. So we open that up, and I believe it's just like that. 1 second. Anyway, we're somewhere around here, and I'm just going to demonstrate a couple of things that are going to happen. This thing is going to come back here, and what's going to happen is this is going to close up. I don't know if I'm supposed to do it right now, but for the sake of this thing not like flopping around anymore, I'm going to go ahead and tab it in. I might be making a mistake that I may have to undo later, but for the time being, I'm just going to do it if I can actually manage it. Okay. For the time being, that's going to help out. And this is supposed to go like this, but I don't know what's all going to happen over here. I do know that this is going to untab, and that's going to come down here eventually, and that's going to do this. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with this area over here. Well, we'll figure it out. And there's going to be lots of things that start just kind of like poking out of the woodwork that reveal themselves. Like for instance, these bits. These are going to come up. They're going to unfold in a very, very specific manner that I can't figure out right now. There we go. And it is going to become the roof of the car once it's done. That's all going to fit in there, but it's going to be a second David Beckham before we get there. And so I'm just kind of folding all the bits out right now in preparation, in anticipation, but we may not get there anytime soon. Another thing that's going to happen is this at some point is going to lift and turn around, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do that right now because I'm getting kind of lost in the weeds. Lost in the weeds at the moment. All right, give me 1 second. Dude, it's so hard to like hold and manipulate and do all of this. It's not a great time. But now, yeah, we can start unfolding these bits. And so a lot of stuff that you're going to see is just unfold, 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 spin, unfold, twist, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you're just going to see like a lot of that. And so I'm just getting everything like ready to slot in. This is going to lift up and it's going to swing down. And then you can, I want to say you can press the door down. Or not. I guess not. I guess not. But yeah, we swung that down. And so you can see the back kind of coming together and you're like, nope, I don't see it. And I wouldn't blame you. But now I'm going to shift my focus to the legs. And this, you can see the what is it, the windshield over here. But okay. What's the term? Gambare? We'll do our best. Okay. So we're looking at the legs right now. And I think they are asking me to turn these around. Oh yeah, because these are going to become the seats of the car. Either this is the back or this is, no, maybe this is the cushion part. I don't know. Might be the back. Okay. But anyway, I've spun the legs around. It says this bit, bring down. And then this, the window part, we can bring out later. And it says this. It says this should be looking. I don't know. I'm trying to make like heads or tails of this right now because they keep changing the orientation on me right now. All right, so we've done this. And bro, I don't know what they're asking me to do. I'm glad that a lot of these bars are metal because these legs would be swinging all over the place. So it says bring this out. Did I orient the legs wrong? All right, give me 1 second. All right, so one of the things they want us to do is they want us to flip this up. But man, they just do a really, really bad job of just sorry, I'm a bit frustrated. They just do a really bad job of like highlighting these things. Like this manual should have been online. It should have been like way larger. This is not doing anyone any favors. Not, in fact, I actually think they should do away with these completely and just put them on enlarged PDF so you can do it in front of a computer or something. But okay, so these bits are up. And then from here, I've untabbed this. And then now it says that these are supposed to swing out, but like I'm wondering, like, do I have the legs wrong? Like, I wonder if it's like that. All right, one moment. All right, so I had a bunch of things wrong, and one of them was that I had the waist, I needed to spin the waist around so that this screw is facing like forward, and these screws are also on the same side. And then I spun the leg around, and that allowed us to then open these up to the right side. All right, so finally I got them out. Hooray, hooray, hooray. All right, now, God, this sucks. Not having fun at all. I'm not having fun at all. Yeah, the instructions have just been a little bit better. What are we looking at now? Part of it is like looking at the instructions, trying to identify like, what am I looking at right now? Like, seriously. Like here, it's like, are they asking me to do that? Just bring the toe down? Or like, I think they're wanting me to do that. Close this piece up. But that is... All right, 1 second. Ooh, I'm getting to my breaking point. I can feel it. I can feel it. Starting to hate life. Starting to hate life. And then this, apparently... It's like I gotta straighten this piece out, but it's on a double hinge, so I gotta make sure to get one back, then bend that up, and then fold this piece back, I think. And I think that's going to become the front of the car. Slowly we're getting there. Did I tell you that I hate life right now? I think I mentioned it, right? I think I did. Yeah, but I hate life right now. And dude, I never want to do this again. This is going to come up. And what are they talking about right now? They're like, yeah, have this like click on. I'm like, excuse me? 1 second again. Guys, we did something. Something actually came together. And what that is if you take this foot and you... Wait a minute. You can rock it in. You can rock it into that empty space, and then you can bring this up, and it will actually give you some semblance of a shape and a form. We can start... I was about to say we can start tabbing stuff in, and then I was like, or not. Okay. I think that's the front of the car. Hooray! Hooray! Kind of. Then this is all going to bend up, I believe. And this is all going to come out. And this is going to kind of tap in there like that. But so it looks like dude, I was about to swear right now, dude. So the front of the car is coming together nice enough, but oh my gosh. So this is going to be the front of the car, as janky as that looks. But now I got to clean up the back of the car, so give me 1 second, okay? All right, so we're going to work on the rear of the car. And so we had a lot of stuff going for us earlier. One of the things that we're going to do to secure this is this little bit, which is the stomach, the abdomen. This piece will come down, and it will actually secure to the side. There's going to be a lot of things that start securing. But that's one of them, as I sound like I'm about to take a dump. And this bit, obviously, earlier we had that in there. But not only will this go in here, it will also tab into this little yellow door. I'm going to take a dump. Same thing for this. Bring it down and just... gonna crap my pants. Oh, come on. Oh, 1 second. All right, and so this was the door earlier, and I was gonna say this actually does compress. It does lift up, but it also... Dude, we did it for the other side. You see how that's flush? Work with me, bruh. Okay, there we go. And then it's a bit of a order of operation type thing, but you gotta get that there. Then you gotta get that there. Swing this up, and then this is going to hang out right there. And we're more or less done, but we got to figure out, we got to clean up that part too. This part will come down, it will swing up, then that'll tab in, that'll come down here, and this will be the spoiler for the turtle van, if I have that correctly. These bits. Yeah, these. I'm like, just order of operation wise, I'm like, which one is supposed to... Ah. One moment, class. Oh, man. I had to untab and redo a bunch of everything, but we were more or less there. Oh my gosh, I had it a second ago. So these bits, when you have it correctly, these bits will sit inside those areas, and that will tab in there, and these will tab in. Mother. Something just doesn't look right. Like this is kind of like caving in, you know what I mean? Like it should be straight. But I don't think I have any more patience. And even though this is not sitting straight, I think I've run out. I think I've run out. Like, why is this not? Because these are going to be the doors. Those are the seats. That's the dashboard. I just need to get this situated in there. Oh my gosh. There's just so many flippin' hinges. What's most important is that that's in there. That these are on there, and then these are supposed to be the doors. But motherfucker. So that will go in there, and that will go in there. Oh man. Come on, just get along for a little bit, just a little bit, until I can close this all up. Oh, you mother father. Come on, man. Just once. Just, please. Please, just... Oh my. Are you kidding me, bruh? Like, I don't understand why this just can't. Oh my goodness. Dude, it's gonna break if I just keep messing with it. Oh, it's because... Hold up. The tire is not properly... Or is it supposed to be on the bottom? No, I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh my God. That's about as close as we're going to get it. And then this bit, got to flip out. All right, man. I'm not going to bother trying to fix up these gaps and stuff. It's just not worth my time. I've transformed this 3 times now. The first was the worst. The second was the best, but this one is, I don't know, man. I thought being familiar with it would afford me some liberties and I would be able to just kind of move through it lickety-split, but no, it's not the case. This thing's not closing up. It's like, I think it has to be like that. Just need to crunch it up a little bit more. Oh, whatever, dude. F this, dude. But yeah, man, I don't think they should do more of these. I don't think they should. Or if they do, they need to really reevaluate how they do their instructions, because going through that was just absolutely not fun. I just wanted to stab my balls. Really, I did, dude. This was not fun. At the same time, conceptually, I think it's a cool project. I like the fact that it was, that it turned into a turtle van. It may have been more appropriate if it was Donatello, because he's the driver, the gadgets type guy. But yeah, there's lots of cool things about it, but there's tons of bad things about it as well. I personally would not recommend this. It's a cool display piece, but don't buy it for the transformation. The robot aspect of it is cool. The little Leo in the chest, all of that is cool, but I don't know, man. I think I'm just pretty upset. Not upset, but it's just, yeah, not terribly happy with what I had to go through to produce like this thing. Even though it's a cool toy, I personally wouldn't recommend it. I think a ton of people out there will like this. I don't. And so, yeah, not recommended from me. Still, though, not bad, but not great. Okay, that's it. I'm not really sure where I'm going to sequence this. I'll probably put this towards the end of the video because most people don't watch towards the end. Maybe I'll do that, huh? All right, see ya. God, this sucked.